What is up? Welcome back to Going Beyond the Castle. We are here for a very exciting episode where we talk all about the Niners destroying the Philadelphia Eagles.
George Kittle.
Great game. Next year, birds. We'll get it. We'll get it. No, for real. We are here for episode 56, and we are super excited to be welcoming the Storybook Nannies, which we've been talking about this for a while, like
Yeah,
November,
Yeah.
December.
I think so. Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely excited to have you guys here with us tonight as we dive into the Storybook Nannies and what exactly it is that you guys have do, because we've talked about you guys on our podcast before. So we're super excited to learn a little bit more about you guys, share your story, um, and go from there. So, before we dive in, I will say thanks to everybody who joins us tonight. We're super excited to have you here. As always, I am your host, Fred Briley, and with me is Miss Lori Talamo, the podcast princess, who's not wearing her tiara, so she's not a princess tonight. Fine.
Sorry. I was going to be appropriate for our guest, but I'll go ahead and throw it on. Thank you.
I'm wearing an Eagles
Why?
jersey on a
Yeah.
Disney podcast.
Okay.
There's
sure it's
nothing
nice.
appropriate about this podcast.
I know. That's what makes it fun.
Anyway, next up with me is Miss Ashley Rude, Chaos Twin number one. Yeah, you. That's all you get.
I just show up
Yeah.
in podcasts, unlike you.
Well, at least you come prepared most of the time.
She is very prepared all the time.
That makes one of us. Anyway, thanks for joining us. As always, make sure you follow along, like, subscribe everywhere that we are. We're on YouTube for our video each and every week, and then we are on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So make sure you head over there, Going Beyond the Castle, and subscribe. So with that being said, I'm not going to waste any time because Lori promised, even though she shouldn't have, that we would keep this under an hour. So I'm going to hand it over to Lori, and we're just going to dive straight in.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I didn't promise. I said we would try to keep it to an
It was
hour.
a promise. It was a promise. Don't back up.
So-
Don't backpedal.
Okay. Sorry. It's, we just start having fun and we start talking about all kind of random stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, what?
Sorry, Rob chimed in. I love Rob.
Yeah,
I
he
just
said,
show
I
up.
just show up just like your job. And I'm not going to work tomorrow, so this is great.
Perfect.
Yeah. Really
I
setting
wish
the
I wasn't
precedent
going to
here.
work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So tonight we have Storybook Nannies with us. And so, as everybody knows, I'm a travel agent. One of our travel agents, Kim, is a storybook nanny. And so, especially being a travel agent, that's one of the services that we love to recommend because we have a lot of families who are looking for assistance when they're in the parks or even at the resorts. So it's even more special when you can recommend someone that you know personally that is part of that agency. That way you're giving good quality service. And then also within the travel agent community, I see a lot of recommendations when folks are asking for nannies. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Anyway, so why don't we start off a little bit first? And you guys, and look, I know there's two of you, so if you can just answer or amongst, however y'all want to answer it, we'll just sort of stuff out there. But why don't y'all kind of give us a little bit, introduce who you are and then tell us a little bit about, how you guys got started, kind of like you were telling us in the intro.
Yeah. My name is Tiffany. And I'm Brittany. And first of all, thank you guys so much for taking the time to meet with us tonight and get to chat with you guys. This is so fun. So this kind of started probably about 4 to 5 years ago as just like a small idea that we had tossed around. And we kept thinking about it and we're like, no. We're like, we don't want to do it. We're too scared. Tiffany would go on vacations with her husband and her family to, little Disney staycations. And she would call me and be like, hey, we're going to be at the beach club this weekend. Is there any way like you and Jeff could come over and watch my kids so me and Mike could go out and go grab like dinner or a drink or something? And I'd be like, absolutely. So I'd come and watch her kids. And then, the next time we'd go on a staycation, she would come and watch my kids. So Jeff and I could go and get a date night. And it kind of just happened like that. And we were one day talking like, there's got to be more, there's got to be a need for this, right? Like other families have to come here. And yes, you're on a vacation with your family and your kids and it's for the kids, but you also want to take that break to kind of like reconnect and talk about the vacation and just get time as like the two of you. And so we asked our husbands, we were like, can we just have some money and we're going to just give this like nanny thing a whirl? And it's just going to be the two of us really we're going to pull Kim in because she's our neighbor also. And it's just going to be us. We're hoping to help like 88 families. That's what we said. That was our goal our first year. Let's help 88 families. And so
And we thought, yeah, right, it's never going to happen.
Yeah,
We're going to shoot really high.
yeah, we're like, no one's ever going to find how people are going to know about us. We don't know what we're doing. We just want to be there to like help people. And Tiffany has a background in constantly being with little kids. She would always be nannying, babysitting, has 3 kids of her own. She would always help her sister-in-law, and she was just always with kids. And then I have a background in, I'm also a mom. I have 3 kids of my own. I have my master's in special education. I was always like either working in a school or with kids, and we were like, let's put these two together, like to where we can help and serve these families with little kids and kids with special needs. And
Like all in one.
all in one. And so we did it. And in our first year, we helped like 790 families, and we were
Wow.
shook. We were like, how
That's
did that
amazing.
happen?
And then I think our second year we helped like 1,400 families. And then our third, it just kept like
Yes.
snowballing. And we
Yeah.
haven't even
Double or nothing.
exactly. And then it was like triple or nothing. And then now we're like, what? Who are we?
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Crazy.
That's
Yeah.
awesome to have like a goal of 88 and then
Yeah.
have 700 and something.
She
That's
told me
pretty
one day, she
awesome.
said, Brittany, pick a number 1 through 100. And I said, what is this for? She said, don't worry about it. I said, 88. She goes, that's how many families we're going to help when we get our nanny company up and going. I said, oh my gosh, I wish you told me. It would have been like 14. We crushed it. So that's kind of how we came out.
I think your story is a testament to all spouses who ask their other spouses if they can have some money, and you just turned it into something really great.
Right?
They were like,
Yeah.
sure.
We'd
Yeah.
asked them a time or two before for some other small little businesses. And
Yeah.
we're like, no, this is going to be it.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Awesome.
Nice.
So I mean, I know your name is Storybook Nannies, but like how is that a little bit different in this context of than just being a traditional nanny? Because you guys aren't just like going to someone's house and watching their kids. You know, you're involved in the parks and things like that. So how is a storybook nanny different than just a traditional nanny, I guess?
Well, first of all, I don't know if everybody knows this, but we do have our park help and our resort help, but we also do help all Orlando locals. So I guess technically we could be considered a regular nanny to our regular families. We also do pet sitting, grocery pickup, conventions, weddings. So we're more than just resort and park,
Mhm.
but that is the bulk of what we do. So what sets us apart is other than like a typical nanny like I used to do when I was in high school or like my daughter will do around the neighborhood, all of our nannies are like background check, CPR, first aid certified. They have some sort of like background extensively, whether they're a NICU nurse or a mom, a teacher. Those are the kind of girls that we employ. We want to like multiply Brittany and I as much as possible. So we're not just going to hire anybody. We're hiring what we think is the best of the best. So when you're getting a storybook nanny, you're getting like an extension of our family, but they know what they're doing and they're highly qualified to do so.
Right.
And they know Disney, if it's for the parks or the resorts, they
Mhm.
know Disney better than, I mean, most of our nannies live within 20 minutes, maybe with traffic 40 minutes from the park. And when they're not nannying, they're in the park with their own
They're every
families
day.
and they're there every day and all the resorts, which in Orlando and Disney World, surrounding resorts, Universal and Disney, there's hundreds of them.
Mhm.
But we've all been to them so many times that we're just so comfortable when we get there. It's like a home away from home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm jealous.
Same.
Make the
Same.
move.
Yeah, I do it.
Yeah. So what age ranges do you guys typically work with?
We work from birth to 99. We've worked with newborns and we've worked with
So
special needs adults in their 20s and 30s. And we've even worked with grandparents where, it's a full family reunion here. And they're like, hey, we need someone to push my grandma get her from Magic Kingdom back to the resort on Disney transportation, pushing her wheelchair so she's not alone. Can you all do it? We're like, sign us up. We love
you
Granny.
can have my parents all day.
Yeah, let us do it.
They
We
can-
got
Wow.
it.
Yep. They're not even that old, but you can still have them.
All right. I'll take them.
Well, that's good to know because I didn't realize that that was part of your services. So that's definitely
Mhm.
something to keep note of, especially with having the special needs experience. I think that could go a long way with some families.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, we've never turned anyone down for any
Mhm.
reason. We don't charge any different than we would for our typical packages. We've worked
Yeah.
with babies with feeding tubes, all kinds of different, I mean,
Cerebral palsy, Down
Yes.
syndrome, autism. I mean, we cover it all. That was like when we envisioned this company. We were like, we want to be there to help all families. We want everyone to have like the most magical vacation. And Disney can be, yeah, it's magical and it's wonderful, but it can also be overwhelming and overstimulating and stressful. And so
Yeah.
we were like, we want to make this trip be like wonderful for parents and also for kids. Like if they need a break, mom and dad don't need to leave. Let us take them back for a nap or to get some quiet time or some AC, and then we can all reunite when everyone's feeling back to normal.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely.
All right. You're up, Fred.
So my-
Ready? What's next, Fred?
all right, so I got a coworker that wants to be a storybook nanny. He's a big teddy bear, and so if I were to tell him what it's like to be a storybook nanny, a typical day in the parks, what would you say that day looks like for you guys?
Okay, so in the parks, it's really going to depend on the family. I would say, I mean, me personally, I've at least done at this point maybe 200 plus park plays, and I can't really say that any of them are the same. Of course, there's going to be similarities, but really just like anticipating a family's need is the number one thing that we say to our girls. So like reading the room, seeing cues, and like especially here in Florida, it's super hot in the summertime. So like if a family's going on a ride and you're sitting back with an age gap, like a baby, you're sitting back, take all their water bottles and fill them up with ice water or go and get ice water. Like, do they have a popcorn bucket? If there's a break, we're going to go fill up the popcorn bucket or get all the snacks out. We're going to, just like really reconvene. What is the family like? You start to get to know your family and what they may like or what they won't like. And we'll kind of like, adjust the day. Or if mom and dad are melting down, we'll be like, hey, listen, we have an idea. Why don't you guys, let's stop doing quick service. You guys go to get a reservation, a table, go ahead and sit down. I've got the kids all do quick service where it's, you're elbows deep with people. There's sharing a table with 80 strangers. You guys go take a break.
Right.
Go do a nice sit down dinner. Have a conversation. When you're done, text me. We'll meet back up. So it really is hard to say like what a typical day would look like. It could be something from just as easy as meeting the family and pushing the stroller and just being there for stroller pushing and diaper changes. Or it could be like white glove service, like from
Yeah.
start to finish. We are taking care of the snacks. We're riding rides if parents don't want to, especially at like Universal. Those rides can be pretty scary for some parents. Well, we got a nanny for you. She'll go on and do it with Johnny, who's 10 years old and wants to ride, the Incredible Hulk 10 times until he pukes. We could do that. Or we could sit back with babies. There's always a family with an age gap. So mom and dad can go do those fun rides and we'll sit back with the baby. We'll meet characters. We'll go to shows. We'll find all those like quiet, cool places that people don't even realize exist because they're so go, 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 where we kind of like take it back and we can kind of slow down a little bit. So
Right. And
yeah.
getting to be there so the parents don't have to worry about child swap. It's like, wait, I want to
Yeah.
experience ride with my kid for the first time,
Yeah.
and so does dad. How do we do that? We don't want a child swap. We want to see him
Right.
experience.
Like it doesn't
we-
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's awesome.
so you guys kinda, like, answered all 4 of my questions in one, which, I mean, is fine.
Boom,
It is
boom.
what it is. I got this. So,
Hey, that's time condensing.
it is, but I'm about to make it longer. So, essentially, it's I mean, you guys really is there any, like, planning that you guys put into it? Or, like, you brought up a lot of, it really just depends on the family. So,
Mhm.
is there any planning that you put into it? Or do you just kinda go into it and it's like, "Hey, like, let's just go with the flow, whatever the family needs, however we can support the family." Like, how much planning do you guys actually put into it?
Yeah, so that kind of goes back to our forms. So we have forms when a family books with us that we kind of send them over. It's called a parent intake form. And this is going to let the parents break down every detail of their family for us. It's going to tell us how their kiddos are at the best, how they are not at their best. Do they have any allergies? What character is their favorite character? If they're feeling sad, how can we make them feel happy? What are some of their favorite items? It's just going to tell us everything about their kids so that at that point, we take the forms and when we send them over to their assigned nanny, the nanny will read through all of them. And most all of our girls have like buckets in their house I have like an entire cabinet and so does Tiff, I know. And we'll go through and I'll be like, okay, so this little girl loves Cinderella. Perfect. I'm going to grab my Cinderella coloring book. Okay, I have a special needs kid. I'm going to grab some fidget toys. I'm going to grab some poppets for them, some sensory toys. Okay, this little girl loves bubble. I'm going to grab the Mickey Mouse bubble wand. And we put all their favorite things in our nanny bags. And so when we get to a park, if we're sitting in a crowded line and the kids are getting a little overwhelmed, all of a sudden we pull out our little Mary Poppins bags and we're like, oh my goodness, look what I have for you. And now all of a sudden we have their favorite character coloring book, or we have their favorite bubbles or their favorite whatever it is that they want. And now it's like, they are over the moon happy. It's a distraction. The art of distraction, we always say, it's huge. So it just kind of takes their mind off the line or whatever it may be. If they're just having a meltdown because they're overstimulated inside the park, it just kind of takes their mind off that, and we pull out their bag. So yeah, it definitely does take a little bit of planning. I mean, again, like we say, like we always tell our girls, bend over backwards for these families, right? Like we want this to be their best vacation that they've ever had. So, that's kind of the blanket, but then we do the little personal touches as well.
Yeah. Do you guys like, I guess, like, do you guys plan any like rides or anything like that, or shows, or are you just kind of more like, we just, I mean, I guess it would be based off the parents form, right? Like what their intentions are. Like if they were just be like, take my kid and go, we don't want to see him all day. Like, then you would kind of plan the day out. But if it's more like a family that's like, hey, tag along with us, like be there when we need you. So I
Right.
guess like those would be the type of situations where it would be like, just be there for the family versus like, let's plan an actual day at Disney.
And if it's like you said, if a family's like, hey, just take my kids, like we're actually going to be drinking around the world. We've been here for 2 weeks. We've done Epcot 8 times with our kids. You can have them. If it's a situation like that, me and Brittany will actually like when we meet up with the child, we'll get on their level and like really talk to them and ask them like, hey, what do you want to do today? Do you like playgrounds? Do you like shows? Do you like rides? I've been in a park where I've rode Figment 6 times because that's what a kid
Mhm.
wanted to do. And the parents were like, don't want to go on we do not want to go on Donald Duck's boat ride and we don't want to do Figment. Here you go. And I'll ride it over and over. And I'm like, even if I don't like it, it's the best day ever for me. And I'm going to make it like above and
Absolutely.
beyond. So excited to ride
We're gonna
Figment
pretend.
7 times with this child back to back. Um, so we kind of like tailor it to whatever
Mhm.
the kid wants. It's like all about them, no matter what package we have. We basically make it, whatever they need or whatever they
Okay,
want to do.
Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah. So really for you guys, it's all about what they want, like whatever just makes their day easier and more magical. Like
Yep.
Absolutely.
that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Ashley, I'm gonna turn it over to you.
All right, appreciate it.
Don't
Thank you,
mess
Sam.
this up.
No promises. I find it kind of funny. I took over this whole section because I worked security at a children's museum, and all of these are like safety focused. So I
Okay.
kind of get it where you guys are coming from. So you kind of talked about like CPR training and things like that. Do you guys offer like any other training or certifications to your team?
So when our hiring process from start to finish basically looks like we have probably 100 to 150 applicants a month.
Wow.
We don't even have an application out there. We never have at this point. We were like, at first, we're like, how are we going to ever find nannies? And then we'll get email after email after email wanting to be a nanny.
DM, Instagram, TikTok.
Yes, on all our social medias. So we get about 100 to 150 a month. And so whenever we are hiring, we kind of go through all of these, all the girls that have applied, and we send them a list of about 15 different like intense questions about them. And then from there, we narrow it down, and then we always do face-to-face interviews. We don't do it over the phone. We want to see them. We want to like see their vibe. We want to be in person with them and like spend time with them. So we'll meet with them in person, do the face-to-face interview. Then if they're brought on board, that's when we start all of the CPR, first aid training. We make them do a online class, and then they also have to do a hands-on portion. So they're actually like
Even
retaining
if it is a research, we
Yes.
just have them do hands-on because it doesn't hurt to like have that.
that extra, yeah. And then all of them are background criminal checked. We do that as well. We check with references. And then we also just try to spend a lot of time with our girls because we don't want to just have these like nannies that we don't know really on a personal level. Like a lot of our nannies babysit for both Tiffany and I. Or if we
Nice.
go out, like the four of us, us and our husbands together, like we'll have like two nannies come and watch all of our kids. Or when we go over to the beach in Anna Maria, we have one of our nannies come over there and watch our kids. So like we just kind of know our nannies like on a little bit more of a personal level.
And we get together with them like 4 times a year. We'll do a party or a
Mhm.
celebration or a meetup.
Nice.
We just all mingle and talk and hang out. We text them every day, which they probably think we're psycho. But
Yeah, all groups.
yeah, take them out to lunch, take them out to dinner. So
Right.
yeah, we're just constantly like on them.
Yeah, we always tell parents, like, if we always say, and like even in interviews, like, if we won't let them watch our own kids, we're not bringing them on board. So like we treat
Yeah.
this so they're watching our kids, and they can watch yours.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like pairing nannies up with families, do you guys have to follow like the state mandated ratios, or do you kind of have your own ratios and let your nannies feel it out? How does that work?
Yeah, so we have ratios for our girls. Basically, unless a parent asks otherwise, which I'll get to that in a second, our ratios are one nanny for 3 kids. If there's a fourth kiddo, then we bring on another nanny. So now it's 2 nannies. Each one of them are in charge of 2 kids. If it's 5, again, once it gets to 6, then we bring on a third nanny, and so on and so forth. A lot of our families, we've noticed, I shouldn't say a lot, I would say a good chunk of our families will ask like, "Hey, I have a newborn and I have a 6-year-old. I want a nanny for the newborn and I want a nanny for my 6-year-old because my 6-year-old isn't gonna wanna be like, you know, the feedings every
Hmm.
couple of hours or whatever. They want their own nanny to go explore and swim at the resort and go roast marshmallows and do the arcade, and the baby needs to stay back and go to bed at 6 p.m. and be burped something like that." So
Yeah.
we'll get families who will have those age gaps and hire 2 nannies for 2 kids or 3 nannies for 3 kids. That's not
Hmm.
uncommon at all.
Yeah, right. I know they just changed a bunch of the ratios for Indiana, so I was curious.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with that, like what safety calls do you guys follow inside the parks?
Again, really inside the parks are a lot of our nannies will actually share their location with parents. And that's whether you're in the park or in the resort. And that just kind of immediately makes the parents feel like, we are a stranger, right? Coming in to like relieve them for a date night, or they can go and go around the park and do their own thing. So by sharing our location with them, it just kind of gives them that sense of security. Like, okay, I can check in at any point in time and know where my kid is with this nanny, right? We always tell our girls if we're just strolling around the park, make sure obviously the kiddos are buckled into their strollers. And if they're not, if they're out and about, then please be holding their hand if mom and dad are not, just to keep, the kids close by. So really those are like some of our big things that we do just to make sure that the kids are safe and secure.
Yeah. And also, too, we and all of our girls do this when you're introduced to the family, whether that's at a resort or in the parks. We always ask them, protocol is to send an update with a photo and a little text update, whether they're sleeping or whatever they're doing, every hour on the hour, essentially. Some families want an update every 15 minutes.
Hmm.
I'm not kidding. And
Wow.
some families are like, "Hey, listen, please don't update me at all."
Yeah.
And we're like,
Yeah.
We don't want to
"Okay,"
know.
but then we still tell our girls, just every once in a while, just throw something in there.
Yeah.
They might not even
Yeah.
answer, but we need you to just like, here's Johnny, he's sleeping. It's a picture on the monitor. He's breathing, whatever the case may be. So we do ask for nannies to send updates
Hmm.
every hour on the hour as well.
Yeah, just send a video of you just like pushing them off the bridge. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Haven't seen Johnny in a little. Have you?
Yeah.
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 Well, you didn't want pictures, so it's fine.
Yeah. It's
Right.
fine. Yeah.
I feel like every 15 minutes, I'd be like, wait, didn't you want a break? Like, what?
That's what
That
we
is
say. We're like,
so
Take a
so
break.
sometimes if a family
Yes.
says that, they're like, we need an update every 15 minutes. We'll
Like the more
humor it
pictures, the better. I'm like,
at
oh my
first for
gosh.
the first hour, and then we'll slowly like taper off.
Back it off.
And if they text us and they're like, "Hey, what's going on?" We're like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, we're just having so much fun." Because honestly, like every 15 minutes is a little much, but we do definitely have clients that ask for that.
Yes. And we're like, we want you to
Yeah.
enjoy your date day. That's why we're here.
That's why remember, you hired
Yes.
us. Please go enjoy yourself. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, yes, 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 you're right."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fun
definitely.
stuff.
Takes the
Yeah.
stress out of it when you're like
Right.
connected in that way.
Yeah.
Definitely. How do you guys go about like connecting nannies with like families? Do you have a process for that, or is it solely based on vibes?
No. So on our forms, again, going back to our forms, there's a part in the forms that say, do you have a nanny recommendation? Like, do you
Preference.
yeah, preference. List maybe your top 3 to 5 nanny preference. So they'll go to our website and like see nannies' pictures on there. They can read their bios. They can go to our Instagram and TikTok where it'll be like we have meet the nanny videos. So you can then put a voice with the name and picture and like see your nanny. So a lot of families will do that. They'll be like, these are my top 3 or my top 4 nannies. But if they don't put a preference, a lot of them won't. They'll just be like, we trust you guys. You guys pick for us. So then we'll kind of look and we'll read over the kiddos, right? Maybe it's a newborn, maybe a 3-month-old. And we're like, okay, well, we're going to put one of our newborn care specialists on this family, or we're going to put one of our NICU nurses on this. That'll give the families a little extra peace of mind. Or maybe we have like a 10, 11, and 12-year-old rowdy little boys that just want to go and run amok in the park. Okay, perfect. That's great. We're going to put one of our teachers on that's like ready to jump in with all these older kids and just do everything. And then anywhere in between, we have moms, so we just kind of try to Like if they don't have a preference, then we'll just kind of read over it and be like, we think that this nanny would be phenomenal for this family. And then that's kind of who we pair them with.
Yeah, Brittany and I will do our like month. We try to like place jobs about a month ahead of time, and we'll be sitting there. It's like we have all the papers out, and we're like, okay, who do you think would be good? And we'll just kind of go back and forth. It's like
Yeah.
matching somebody on a date
It
all the
is,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, do they match? I think
I'm like,
so.
oh my God, they're gonna be perfect. Mom's gonna love her. It's like this whole
Yes.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
it's
awesome.
great.
Very cool. Very cool. I apparently skipped a section, so let's rewind here.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have kind of already talked about this, so I won't ask all the questions, but what unique moments have you guys been able to kind of be a part of because right place, right time?
Okay, so Brittany and I actually we were talking about this. We're like, God, what's the first thing that comes to mind? And honestly, the
Yeah.
first thing that pops into my mind when I think of like a unique moment that we've had, because there's been so many, it's hard to like narrow it down.
Yeah.
So Brittany and I were in a park. It was a situation where the mom had two kids, a baby who was, I think at the time, 6 months old, and then another kiddo who I think at the time was maybe 3 or 4. And they were hiring us from start to finish. Like Brittany and I would get there before they would wake up in their hotel
Start
room
their
to start their coffee and get their bags packed for the day. We'd get their breakfast out and ready. We'd go get the baby before the mom would even wake up while she was in the shower to get the baby ready. And so basically, Brittany and I are doing, I mean, the whole gamut, everything you can possibly think of. Then we get in the van, we get shuttled to the parks. We're like sweating, we're bending over backwards, we're doing all these things. We're about 8 hours into our shift, and I'm pushing a stroller and she's pushing a stroller. Mom and dad are walking ahead of us, and they're holding hands, and they're literally just like looking around, and they have like these big smiles on their
Yeah.
faces. And me and Brittany just were like, oh my gosh.
This is why we're here. Like,
Yeah, they're literally holding hands. Like normally when you go to a park and there you have two strollers, your hands are tied to that stroller the whole time. There's no holding hands. What is that? What is that? So we were like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, this is amazing. It's that trip with that family that booked us in 2023. They have booked us. They come back probably maybe 2 to 3 times
Yeah.
a year, and they book us for their full weeks
mhm.
from
cool.
7 a.m. until midnight until we tuck their kids into bed,
Yeah.
or we're tucking mom into bed. Who knows? Really, they will not come to Disney
Yeah.
without us. And we're like, okay, this makes it so worth it. Like that
Yeah.
was so
Such a
awesome to
special
see.
family.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
I think just giving those families those moments that like otherwise they wouldn't have, because again, it's stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
many families you see around here holding hands and smiling after they've been at Disney for 8 hours?
People screaming and
And
sweating.
it's busy and it's summer and we're
Right.
sweating. I'm like,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to like an arm's distance away from my family at all times. Drink this water
That's
and
funny.
stay away from me,
Yes.
please.
Yes.
That's funny. I imagine too, especially like if it's a family's first time, because that's always fun when you go with someone and it's their first time.
Yeah.
And so then you get to experience that with the kids and even the parents, like their first time seeing this. That's got to be
Like
amazing
watching
too.
them watch fireworks with their kids for the first time and they're literally in tears. And then I'm in tears. I'm like, I've seen
know.
these 7 million times.
Yeah.
Why am I crying? The fireworks, but okay.
I was
Ashley and
getting
I
ready to
cry every
ask y'all.
time too, but it's by different reasons.
Yeah.
I was going to ask y'all, because that's the thing. Fred and Ashley cry at the fireworks, and I don't.
Every time.
So
Every time.
Lori,
I
I'm
like-
gonna
Something about Jordan Fisher singing with fireworks and projection of the castle gets me going every time.
My
Yeah.
gosh. So fun fact about Tiffany and I, every single resort job that we're on, that's how we tuck the kids into bed. On the TVs in the resorts, you can go to the
Nice.
fireworks show. And we literally like, it's just like
It works like a charm every time.
every time they're asleep by round 2 of
Yes.
fireworks.
Every time we
That's
won't
awesome.
do anything.
And then when they're asleep, we just keep replaying it for ourselves to listen over and
Yep.
over and over.
Nice.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ashley and I are going to be there in a couple of weeks, so we'll see if I cry at the fireworks. My family, we never stay. Like we
Okay.
don't
Yeah.
always stay. So I'm in for the long haul on this trip.
You should
Okay.
take my kids and pay them, and then I can get some kid free time.
Okay,
You got to pay for them though.
I got.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. What? I think you were breaking up. What'd you say?
That's another trip.
Lori,
No, if your kids come with me, they're hanging out with me. I'm
Hey,
gonna take
that's
'em on the
fine
rides.
too. You pick. You let me know when
I'm
you pick
going to
'em up.
take my girls on the rides. Thank you. Anyway, yeah.
Lori, if you don't cry, I'm gonna spill some Coke on your shoe or something and make you cry.
No, that's okay. So I went back and listened to one of the episodes when I wasn't on there, and you said you were gonna like punch me or like throw punch me or something to make me
should.
cry.
whatever happens. You will cry.
I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
My
I'll
gosh.
make myself cry. I'll
Yeah,
bring an
go for
onion.
it. We'll do something, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, you've already talked about all of this. Do you have any other stories about like nannies making a big difference in the parks for any families?
Oh,
Exactly.
I know this is a
Yeah.
hard one.
This is a hard one. So we had one nanny that went to her first ever job with us, and the family hired us to basically go and help with their special needs child.
No, it was to help with the girl because
Oh, yes, yes, yes. It was to help with the daughter
Mhm.
because they had a special needs child that they were going to be, most of their attention on, but they wanted her to be with the daughter and really just like take her around and make her trip magical for her. Fast forward down the road, the daughter got sick and she was here on her Give Kids the World, staying at Give Kids the World. And I just remember like, Morgan had been in touch with this family month after month after month. They talked constantly. She would pray for this family. She met back up with them at their Give Kids the World, or she met them in the park actually. And the little girl asked her, like, after her shift was over, would you please come back to Give Kids the World so I can show you my room and around the resort? And to me, it's like those special bonds that are just like,
Yeah.
you meet this nanny and they just kind of blend seamlessly into your family. And then honestly, it's like these families are a part of us when they leave. Like we stay in touch with them. They send pictures and updates. And when they come back, they re-request you. And like those moments are just through the highs and lows, Like I feel
Brittany
like,
and I have multiple families that we, on a daily basis,
Mhm.
voice chat with
yeah,
all the time.
yeah, like
You
the
can't
mom.
help it. Yeah.
Nice.
Good.
That's very
That's
cool.
awesome.
Form relationships.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure that I had clients who they actually came in from Saudi Arabia. And I'm pretty sure that they had twin daughters. And I think and yeah, so when they went to Disneyland Paris, they were like, do they have any kind of services like that
Yes,
there? And I
reach
was
out
like,
to us about that.
Yes.
We're like,
yes,
yeah, absolutely, we can.
Yeah.
He was here for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. I
was
know
Yeah.
he's
That was
still,
every day for
yeah, he
3 weeks.
definitely gave some very good feedback. I know they enjoyed having you guys with them. So
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Wonderful.
Lori, that finishes it up for me. It's all you.
I'm chatting with your mom. She's telling me that I can take Landon on rides. I'm like,
Yeah, I see
yes,
that.
I will.
Go for it.
I'm telling y'all,
Yeah, we're
look,
actually chatting
I'll
with
ha-
your guys' moms too. Awkward.
Well, my mom would say, like, I don't have Facebook.
I'm
Is this
like,
gonna like tape so that I can watch it tomorrow with my breakfast? I was like, Mom, I don't know.
Absolutely.
it will be
It's
on YouTube. Like you
Yeah.
can watch it on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, I'm just putting in a good word for myself. When the time comes, I have a lot of references that I'm great with children. So I'm going to be coming
We'll
and
be checking
interviewing
those
to work with you
references.
guys. Yes. It's like my
All right.
dream. Fred knows.
Lori, we'll
Fred
do
can
this
vouch
after
for
the
me.
episode.
Lori, the
Yes.
house right next to me is for sale right now. I'm just going to put it out there.
I
Come on.
wish. Just got to get through. We got to get through 5 more months of senior year, and then we can see. Okay. So I'm gonna move on so that way I can be right, that we can finish. So they can't give me a hard time. All right. So what should a family know like before booking with you guys? Like, I mean, I know y'all have been so thorough. I know you have the forms that they have to fill out. Just anything extra that you would want them to know. Because there's a lot of people who are looking for the services and maybe don't really understand what they need to do from the parent side.
From the parent side, all they really have to do is go over to our website and fill out an inquiry. One thing I would mention to any parent, and we like to say this a lot, our forms are there for a reason. Like if a family just goes on and says like, no, yes, NA, and we hand it to a nanny, they're like, what in the
We
world
can't
is
do
this?
anything with this.
It's like the more detail, the
Mhm.
better. It's just going to help everybody and the whole entire situation. And then I think one thing that a lot of families don't understand is that it's just Brittany and I. We don't have, like, yes, we have our nannies. That's the last part of the process. So when a family reaches out to us, they're going to email us. Brittany and I have a return rate of about 5 minutes unless we're sleeping. We're psycho and we have control issues. So we will answer you back within 5 minutes. You're not going to wait unless, like I said, we're sleeping or
Or
maybe
we're on
we're
a
with
podcast.
another family or we're on a podcast, maybe. So you're going to get a message back at the very minimum within, about an hour. You're going to be talking to me and Brittany. If you call the business phone, you're going to be talking to Brittany. That's the voice that you're going to hear. When you're done talking to us, when you submit those forms, we're the ones looking them over. When we're making invoices, we're the ones sending you the invoice. When we're placing you with a nanny, it's me and Brittany like talking it over. And we might even be your nanny because me and Brittany still nanny because we love it so much. So we're like involved in every single family. There hasn't been one family that we didn't have involvement in. So, there's no robots here. It's literally just me and Brittany doing every piece of the puzzle. And then our amazing nannies, which we have about 40 of them at this point between Florida, California and Florida. Yeah, we have about 10 in California. So that's like the last piece of the puzzle is setting you up with your amazing nanny. But when you come to Storybook Nannies, you're going to have Brittany and I every step of the way. 9 times out of 10, we're going to probably text you with our personal phone numbers and check in on you and, see what else we can do while you're here, before you get here or after.
And also on that note, we also have like a policies and procedures that we also send over to the parents, so that all the little details they're going to get to read over there. Like, can you take my kid from Magic Kingdom back to the resort? Yes, they're going to find out about that there. Can you swim with my child? Yes, we can, but it has to be at a pool with a lifeguard. Can you transport my child? No, we don't do that. So all the little, it's right there for them to like, they sign it. So they know every little detail, how parking works, all of that good stuff.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah, that's very odd. You guys are killing it.
We're staying afloat, one notch all the time.
So, how far out is your schedule? So, like, how far in advance should families really be looking at booking with you?
We always say at least a month in advance, but we have bookings all the way through New Year's Eve of this year already.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
yeah, the sooner the better for sure. Like this year, New Year's Eve,
Oh my God.
we didn't have enough nannies because there were just so many people. So we always tell people the sooner the better. And
Especially
again
for
on that,
holidays.
yes, especially on holidays. And if you're coming for 4 or 5 days, our goal is to always give you the same nanny. Because once you have a nanny come into your family, you've gotten over the hump of like some awkward stranger joining you on your vacation. Now we just want them to blend in seamlessly. They know your routines, they know your kiddos, and we don't want to have to switch a nanny on you. So if the sooner the better, because we can get you the same nanny for all your days. But again, we've also had parents that have called literally at 11 o'clock and they're like, my kid's struggling. Can someone come pick him up at Magic Kingdom right now and get him back to the hotel? All he wants to do is swim. And we're like, okay, who's available? And we're texting like psychos to every single nanny. Are you available from 12 to 9 today? We have a kid that hates Disney. And they're like, okay, on our way. And then they're there. So like if we can pull off a last minute, we're always going to do it. But obviously, at least a month gives us a little bit of
That time.
wiggle room. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Looking over some of our questions. I feel like we hit some of them, but I'll do my last one and then we'll let Fred close it out. So, what advice do you have for parents bringing babies and toddlers for the first time to Disney or Universal?
Gosh. If it's
Besides hiring you, of course.
Yeah, of
Yes,
course. Besides hiring a nanny to make it go a little bit smoother, because that is hard.
Yeah.
I would just
Yeah.
say don't have any expectations, because
Mhm.
setting expectations is probably one of the worst things you can do, because when you don't hit them because you're not going to with a baby, or even just being a first timer, like just give yourself some grace. I would always say, this is one thing we always tell people: if you're staying at a Disney resort, please enjoy the resort for a day, have a rest day, enjoy your resort, swim, look around, roast marshmallows, watch the movie on the lawn, do the games with your kids. Like, there's so much to do at the resort. It's unbelievable. So enjoy those times, just take it slow and really just take in all the moments, because it is really just so special if you allow it to be. So just don't have any expectations. They're not going to be met.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Go
All
into
right,
it.
Fred, you get to close us out.
All right. See,
Also,
listen.
quick note, we also do travel with families.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that.
When you mentioned the Paris thing with the family that I know who you're talking about, we've had
Mhm.
girls now go on multiple cruises with families. We have a girl going to Big Sky, Montana next month.
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
We're going to the Bahamas.
We are in March with the family. So we all travel
Wow.
all over the place with our families.
There you go,
Wow.
Fred.
Hey,
Listen,
Fred.
my first question for you is: do you accept males as nannies? Because I will gladly quit the army right now.
We don't
I
have
will.
any male nannies.
We don't have any
Said
males.
No
I'll
Manny,
be
but
the
I know a lot
first.
of people do. We just haven't had any Mannies.
We haven't.
I
We haven't
will.
done that.
I'll be your first
Manny.
Manny.
You
I'm
could be
on
the
it.
Manny.
So count me in. I have
All
lots
right.
of life-saving training from the Army. I got this. I got 3 kids. None of them are dead yet. I'm pretty sure
None are dead
I can
yet.
handle it.
It's
Okay.
Fred, the Storybook Nanny. Well,
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Listen.
That just gave me an idea, but I'll do it later.
Dear Lord. Anyway, all right. So
You don't
you already
care.
answered one of my questions, so I'm going to skip that one. So what feedback do you hear from families most after using your services?
they wish that they would have done it sooner. They're like,
Mhm.
wait,
Yeah, I
I came to
believe that.
see about this. It's crazy. Why did I do that?
Always.
So that's like the number one thing that we get in our text threads with families is like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I didn't realize, like, I thought it would be good, but I didn't realize how good it was going to be. And like, I can't thank you enough. And we're just like, especially the ones that were really like, we have to hold their hand, the whole time because there's just so much anxiety about, they're like, the only people that have ever watched my kids are my husband, myself, grandma, maybe, and that's it. And we're like,
Mhm.
we've been so many people's first babysitter,
Yeah.
which is
That's
crazy to
cool.
think, but we have. We've been so many people's first. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we do take it very seriously. And yeah, they just wish they'd done it sooner.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, well, now that you have us, you never have to let us go.
Yep. We're here all
We're
the
always
time.
here.
Well, come on, book us.
Yeah, and
Better.
on the pricing note, when we do secure you on the schedule, we send you an invoice, and in order to get you on the schedule, we just take a 50% deposit. So, like, let's say your bill is $200, which would be like a 4-hour service. We would collect $100 up front, and then you can either pay whenever you want up until a week. Like, we have some parents that are like, "Can we just give you like $50 here, $100 there?" We're like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." As long as
Yeah.
the remaining balance is paid a week before the vacation, that's all that matters.
Yep. And then some parents are just like, can we just pay it in full so we have one thing checked off our list?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Whatever you want to do.
Everyone doesn't make any difference to us.
But we've had a
We
mom
will
literally.
absolutely take all your money.
Whatever you think.
We've had a mom book for like 2 weeks, and she would send us like, we'd get like $20 here,
Yeah.
and $30 here, and it's like, however you got to do it, do it. Doesn't matter to
Awesome.
us.
Cool.
Make it work.
Yeah.
I'll as I start planning my 2027 trip, I'll give you guys a shout.
There you go.
Okay. Perfect.
All right. So with that being said, last question of the day. If listeners want to book you or learn more about the Storybook Nannies, where can they go?
Yeah, you can head over to our website at storybooknannies.com. You can check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. That's it. So send us an email, send us a DM. If you send us an email with your phone number, we're probably going to text you from our personal phone. So we'll be chatting.
Yeah, and I can
Sorry.
share the link too to
Yeah.
your
I just followed you guys on Instagram. So
Oh,
I thought you were
yay!
gonna say you sent them a text message or an email.
no, that's tomorrow.
He's like, put your
Oh, I
for here.
gotcha.
I wonder if I can convince Rachel to bring them to Paris, Disneyland Paris with us. I doubt it.
Hey, wait a minute. I didn't know that job was open. I'm
I
kidding.
don't know if it's open.
Nanny in
It's
6
probably
months'
hey,
time.
look, here she is. I'm not gonna ask her that question though.
I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
He said, no, don't worry about it.
She popped her head in because she heard I was gonna ask her something.
Yes,
I'm scared now.
I know.
Future me problem.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right, fun times. Ashley,
Yeah, that
Laura, you
was
got
awesome.
anything else to add?
I don't think so.
Well,
Awesome.
if you guys are in the parks on the 27th or 28th of January,
27th or
then
20th.
Ashley and Fred decided not to join us.
I'm going to Paris. Sorry, way better
So-
than Disney World.
January.
Ashley and I will be there. I'll actually be there for the whole week. My daughter's coming for the cheer competition, but Ashley and I will be hanging out in the parks on the 27th.
Is that up January?
Mm-hmm.
27, 20. Okay, yeah.
We'll put it in our calendar.
Sweet.
Yeah, and if y'all are there, we'll stop and say hi.
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
it. That sounds great.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all so much. This was awesome. I'm
Thanks,
super
guys, for having
excited. It's, I've already been recommending you. Obviously, I had, a client that, went with you, but just, getting to talk to you and hear all of the things that you guys have done to make it what it is today should really help, clients feel confident, to use you because it's not something that you just kind of do on a whim. So kudos, for making your dream happen. And again, I'm jealous and hopefully one day I can be a nanny
Same.
too.
Same. Manny,
Yeah, Manny.
Fred the Manny.
Don't you worry. You're a Manny. All right. I'm going to send y'all the picture in a minute.
Listen, there's absolutely nothing that you can do to embarrass me about becoming a manny for Storybook Nannies. Like, I'm sorry. There's
It's just fun.
absolutely nothing you can do. Totally
It
worth
doesn't
whatever pictures you come up with.
it doesn't top the Tinker Josh picture,
Oh,
but
that's a
still.
beautiful picture.
They made my husband into Tinkerbell.
We did. I'm not allowed to show it or else I would show you.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
great.
That's what you should email them tomorrow.
It's funny because it's our chat background. So whenever I'm talking to them, my kids walk up and it's Mr. Josh. Why does he look like Tinkerbell?
And my husband's like, why did I get dragged into this?
Oh God,
Easy
that's
target.
great.
All right.
Yeah.
Ladies, thank you for coming on. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you guys so much. Y'all are wonderful.
You know,
Happy Sunday.
yeah,
beat
Thank
happy
you.
Sunday. It's we really appreciate you coming on. It's been super cool to have you and learn more about the Storybook Nannies, what you guys do, and how you guys just make trips so magical for some people. So really appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. With that being said, thanks for joining us, everybody who tuned in tonight. Really appreciate it. As always, well, I guess before I say that, next week we are finally doing our 2025 listener award. And Rob,
Yes.
I can already tell you, you're not winning anything because
Rob has asked
have
me
to
like
show up.
3 times when
If
they're
he's
happening.
winning something, when it's
Rob
happening.
and Jen.
Next week. Yes.
HR
I'm
lady?
excited.
HR lady knows. She knows something's
sweet.
up. She's in Magic Kingdom today.
Of course she is.
Fun. Yeah, y'all have to watch. We did some listener awards and they're pretty fun.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
good. Oh
awesome.
my gosh. That's
We should do
Yeah.
that. I feel like we have a bunch of people who, over the
Should.
years, they just have never stopped supporting us and jumping in on all of our comments and things like that. And we're like, wait a minute, I feel like we know
There
you
you go.
now.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome.
So yeah, definitely tune in. I already lost when I hired Ashley. Facts.
That's fine.
Anyway, tune in next week for the Going Beyond the Castle 2025 listener awards. It's going to be super exciting. I had nothing to do with any of it, so whatever happens, it's their fault.
I'll
So
take the blame.
just putting that out there. As I was saying, thanks for joining us tonight. We really appreciate all of our followers who join us each and every week as we go beyond the castle. If you are tuning in for the first time tonight, thank you. If you're looking to learn more about Going Beyond the Castle, we do have a website, www.goingbeyondthecastle.com. We also have a Beacons channel, which is a really quick way to get access to any of our social media channels, which is beacons.ai/going beyond the castle. And then, of course, we have our email, which is info@goingbeyondthecastle.com. Thank you. I got it. And then the last announcement I will have is please, please, please don't forget about our Giving Kindness campaign that we have going on right now. We are absolutely looking forward to blessing a cast member with a generous tip when Ashley and Lori go next month. So if you have the ability, we would love for you to make a donation. You could do so at our Venmo. We have a Venmo. I didn't know that, so that's fun.
I just made it up.
There we go. At Going Beyond the Castle. And then, of course, if you can't give, we totally understand. We've posted 2 videos about it now. We would love it if you guys could just go share those videos to help us get that news out there that we are trying to bless a cast member. Because at the end of the day, you know, I can honestly say the reason that all 5 of us do what we do is because a cast member made our day magical at some point. So help us
Absolutely.
get back to them by either giving or by sharing our videos. So with that being said, I'm going to close it out and go to bed. I hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
See you guys.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us today on Going Beyond the Castle. We hope you had as much fun listening as we did sharing. To stay up to date on all things Going Beyond the Castle, head over to our website, goingbeyondthecastle.com. There you'll find more info about your hosts, both audio and video versions of our episodes, our weekly blog, and even some fan-favorite merchandise. Want to follow along on social media? The easiest way to connect with us is through our Beacons channel, beacons.ai/going beyond the castle. You'll find links to all our social platforms, travel updates, and giveaways in one place. And hey, if you're dreaming about your next big adventure, whether it's Disney, Universal, a cruise, or a tropical escape, we'd love to help make it happen. Our travel planning services are completely free when you book through us. Until next time, keep dreaming big, keep exploring, and as always, go beyond the castle.